Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CDW Nitro, episode 17. Of course, this is the go-home show to CDW Unforgiven. We're kicking off the night with an inaugural hardcore title triple threat match that will take place at CDW Unforgiven qualifier match. Of course, Kevin Owens qualified last week, and the two other qualifiers are tonight. The first one is Cody Rhodes versus the Judgment Day's Damian Priest. As Damian Priest has already made his entrance here, and Cody Rhodes is finishing up in the ring. Of course, the hardcore title has not been handed to anyone here in this company so far. It's the newest title introduced, and we will declare the first ever champion at Unforgiven. Is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes here tonight in the ring with Damian Priest, as the official is about to ring the bell on this one. Damian Priest is, of course, accompanied to the ring by his Judgment Day brethren, Finn Balor. See if he comes into play. He probably will, if I had to guess. As here we go, the traditional lockup to start us off here tonight. Cody and Priest. Who will go to Unforgiven? As now Priest takes advantage with the headlock there. Cody might be in some trouble here. And now Cody to the back of Priest with those vicious right hands, trying to take down the back of the big man there. Is now gonna hook him for the, maybe looking for a suplex here. Damian counters it though. Cody tries it again and gets it. Massive suplex on a Damian Priest. Damian now gonna do that spinning forearm, but Cody off the ropes. Cody cutter connects on Damian Priest. That might be it. And a near fall. Cody cutter reversing the spinning forearm by Damian Priest. Almost gets him the win, almost lets him move on to that triple threat match. Not quite enough for the Judgment Day's so-called leader. Damian now lighting up Cody with that kick. And now the signature clap around the head. And now Damian gonna look for another kick, but Cody drags the official in the way. That's not something that he normally does. And now running, but getting caught by Priest. He's getting caught now south of heaven, but there's no official. I'm over here wondering why Cody would drag the official in the way. That's obviously not something he would normally do. As Balor even looks a little confused. It's very random for Cody Rhodes to do. Very confused about that, but I mean, hey, it worked for him out, I guess. I mean, Damian hits the south of heaven, no official to cover it.
Hey,
and now what's
Finn,
this?
grab me a chair. Give me a steel chair right now.
Priest beckoning for a chair.
Give me a chair. What are you doing?
I don't know what that's about. Finn isn't really cooperating, I guess. Damian's asking for a chair. The official's down. It ain't working out for him. I guess they're having a little Judgment Day argument there. As, oh my God, Hangman Page is here. He's been trying to get Cody to join the Bullet Club, and now buckshot lariat takes out Damian Priest. He has been trying to get Cody to join the Bullet Club and turn to the dark side. As Cody's been conflicted, he didn't give a definitive answer here, but maybe this will help. As Hangman basically handing Cody the win. And now Cody gonna set up Priest in crossroads position. Hangman setting that gunshot. And now Cody, crossroads to Damian Priest. Into the cover, the official has broken back up. And Cody Rhodes qualifies. I'm not too sure about how he won it, but all that matters is that he did. And so far the lineup for the triple threat is Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes versus either Jeff Hardy or a mystery opponent. We will find out who the third man is later tonight. But Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Hangman. And Finn Balor don't even care. Cody don't care either. He's moving on. We'll see him at Unforgiven. Damian Priest is out of it, ladies and gentlemen. But don't go anywhere, because next, Roman Reigns and the Bloodline call out Jon Moxley ahead of their match. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from that short break. As like I said, we are getting ready to welcome the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, and the Usos live here in this ring tonight. As Roman's calling out Jon Moxley ahead of their one-on-one match at CDW Unforgiven. Of course, the story between these two men is self-explanatory, if you will. A lot of history. Used to be brothers, now bitter rivals. As the head of the table getting ready to make his presence felt here on CDW Nitro episode 17. Of course, in the gauntlet match to crown CM Punk's #1 contender for Unforgiven a few weeks back, Jon Moxley started the gauntlet. He was running it. He got about halfway through, and then Roman Reigns came. Superman punch, guillotine, passed out Mox just like that. Moxley didn't even get a second chance against Roman, which of course just adds fuel to the fire between these two. As Roman and the Usos live. Of course, when it comes to Moxley, he doesn't back down from a fight, even when the numbers are against him, especially with the Bloodline as they clearly are. The ones to the sky. Roman knows he has an advantage over Mox, but Mox don't give two craps about it.
I don't care if any of you trailer park trash people in the audience boo me, because I'm not here for you. I'm here to put Jon Moxley on notice before CDW Unforgiven. He wants to call me out to this match, which of course I accept, because I know I'm gonna smash him into the ground. I'm gonna smash him out of this company. He'll never come back after that match. And you know what, Mox? I'm gonna beat you so bad that you're gonna regret ever coming to this company and screwing me over. Listen, I've been warning you not to mess with me and call me out, because we know how it goes.
And oh boy, here comes unscripted violence. Jon Moxley, the Death Rider, is about to make his presence felt. Roman's getting what he asked for. He called out Mox, so here he comes. And there he is. One of the top stars here in CDW. Also one of the newest, of course, debuted at CDW No Way Out, our last pay-per-view, and cost Roman Reigns the World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk. What a great debut that was. Of course, Roman Reigns doesn't agree. Now Reigns and the Usos looking on as Mox is marching his way down to the ring. Listen, Roman, you know why I picked this fight. Because you know that fighting is in my veins. You know, getting revenge on people who hurt me is in my veins. You know I won't stop until I give those people what they deserve, Roman. And you're #1 target right now. You know exactly why I'm after you. But look, at CDW Unforgiven, you're gonna get your ass kicked, whether you liked it or not. And look, I know that's hard for you to understand, because most of the time you got your little dogs with you on the side of you. But look, I know that you're going to get your little family involved in our match. So here's the thing. I know you think that's enough to beat me, and I know you think I can't handle it. But I feel like by now, you should know that my body is made of steel.
Man, if you don't shut up, huh? I'm tired of you talking about how You think you're all invincible and all that. Then why did you fall asleep in the gauntlet match then, huh? Why was I able to beat you? Huh? Huh? You gonna answer me? Because why all this talk, but you can't show it up in the ring? That's why I'm Unforgiven when I pass you out and I pin you and I stack you. You ain't gonna have no more words. You're gonna walk out of this company like you did.
I don't know who you think you are talking to me like that. The only reason I walked out was because I was tired of you being a little bit. And look, I understand, you had all that fame and glory. But look, asking people to acknowledge you and going from city to city and town to town, saying you own everything around here, I'll tell you what that is. That is complete bullshit. And here we go. You had to expect that this was going to happen with Jimmy with a super kick. As the Bloodline are now jumping Jon Moxley, thanks to Roman Reigns' orders. And Mox had to predict that this was coming, but there's nothing he can do. It's a 3-on-1 here. He's now just tying him up in the ropes as Roman talks the crap to his face. The Usos are like dogs. Moxley's right. Just listening to whatever Roman says. Holding Mox against the ropes. He's helpless. There's nothing he can do. It's now Roman is just gonna batter down on the skull of Jon Moxley. There's nothing he can do. So get some officials out here. Is now Roman gonna talk the crap? Of course, this is just disgusting behavior from the tribal chief, the head of the table. Yeah, we need some officials out here. Yeah. Roman Reigns is an unstoppable force. There's now finally some officials in the ring to break this up. Moxley's on the ropes now. As Roman and the Usos being held back by like 6 officials. Of course. It's CDW Unforgiven. I'll see you in a unsanctioned match. So I'll see you there, Roman. Have a good night. And wow, it looks like the normal one-on-one will now be an unsanctioned match. That match type is, of course, Jon Moxley's playground. As it looks like it's going to be a home game for Mox and an away game for Reigns at Unforgiven. And of course, what a great announcement, ladies and gents. But don't go anywhere, because next, the Intercontinental Champion Oba Femi, Open Challenge, live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. As like I said, we're getting ready to welcome the CDW Intercontinental Champion, Darula Oba Femi, to the ring. And of course, he's holding his weekly Open Challenge. He is undefeated here in CDW, and I believe not only is he like the newest champion, but he has the most defenses out of any champion in CDW history, and they are all successful. Let's keep with that tradition going live here tonight on CDW Nitro episode 17. Of course, it was announced that he will also defend his Intercontinental Championship in an Open Challenge if he can retain here tonight at the CCW One Final Ride collab show. That is the next time we will see this man. But for right now, he's live. The fans are on their feet for the ruler. Oba Femi marching. And this is just aura personified from the IC champ. As the crowd feels it, it's electric in here for Oba Femi. Of course, the excitement level is through the roof as we're about to find out who will step up to the ruler. Who will it be, ladies and gentlemen? Who will it be? I wouldn't do it, but maybe somebody brave enough back there will. And oh boy, we're witnessing the return of Axiom. What a future talent this man is here tonight. Of course, he signed a while ago, and I believe last time we saw him, he was facing Braun Breaker, but he sustained a shoulder injury months and months ago. Of course, he is back here tonight. An emphatic return for Axiom. We'll see if he can take it to the ruler and maybe take the IC championship with him. There's now the stare down between these two. Obafemi, Axiom, IC title match. As now, Axiom gonna run the ropes. Oba's not even faced. Golden ratio! And oh my god. A golden ratio. Doesn't even phase the ruler. Obafemi as now Axiom takes a swing. Obafemi belly to back. Suplex toss. Obafemi's on another level. Firing up here tonight. Is now waiting for Axiom. Don't turn around. As he turns around. And now Obafemi with the fall from grace. And that's it. Just like that. Another retention for the ruler, Obafemi. Axiom started off hot, but didn't get the win as the ruler celebrating per usual. What a win for Obafemi per usual. He doesn't lose often, ladies and gentlemen. He's never lost in this company. He's keeping that streak alive. Now Axiom getting checked on by an official. And Obafemi with a massive win. Obafemi celebrating in the ring. Alright, you guys know the drill. The line is here so you don't cross it. Say what you want a few nights before your match. Go ahead.
I think me and the senior citizen already know what we're here for, William. But listen, I'm gonna get straight down to the point so that this senior citizen doesn't have his hearing aids run out of battery. Listen, Sean, at CDW Unforgiven, I'm gonna prove to you that I'm a replacement, that I'm the future, that I'm the alter ego of you that is 10 times better, if not 100, if not 1,000. Listen, kid, I think that's pretty cute, you know. I know you have a lot of background here in this sport, but for just as much knowledge as you've learned, as many people as you've faced, as many matches as you've won, I've doubled that. I'm one of the most experienced and most well-knowing professional wrestlers in the world. I'm the greatest in-ring wrestler of all time. And look, kid, you want to take my spot? Well, I'm glad you challenged me, because I want you to prove it. But here's the thing. No. It's not that I get the chance to prove it to you. It's not that I want to prove it to you. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I'm Kazuchika Okada. I'm one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, if not the greatest wrestler of all time. The only reason I'm going after you is because I want your career to be over. I want you to get out of this sport. You know who else is out of this sport? Triple H, huh? How's he doing in the hospital? Sean! Sean, stop!
Get him off!
Get on him!
Separate!
Pull him off! Pull him off!
Close contact!
Separate! Alright!
Close the contact!
Stop it!
Sean, hold him off!
Refrain!
Hold him
Get
off,
Sean!
Sean!
You don't ever
Hey,
talk
Sean,
about
calm
him
down.
like that again,
Hey,
calm down! Get him off!
I'll whoop you.
Keep him separated!
Keep
Keep
him
him separated!
Hey,
Don't let him get contact! Keep him separated!
Don't let him
Don't
get
touch!
Don't
Hey,
let him
keep him
touch.
separated!
And that was some harsh and crazy events backstage by Kazuchika Okada and Shawn Michaels, who of course obviously have a one-on-one match at CDW Unforgiven. But right now, we're about to see who the mystery opponent is for Jeff Hardy. And we're about to see if Jeff Hardy can qualify for that hardcore title triple threat. Oh my God! No way! The hardcore legend, the wrestling legend, the icon. There is no way he's here. There is no way. This has to be the biggest debut in CDW history. Sabu, ladies and gentlemen. This man is a living, walking legend. The amount of accomplishments and crazy things this man has done in his career here. Making his CDW debut. Oh my God. Sabu is here. No way. The fans are off their feet. The arena's about to blow off this place. As what? The lights are out, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on? Oh no! Jeff, turn around! It's Sting! And the bat to the head knocks out Jeff Hardy. And just like that, that might have cost him the whole match. Sabu doesn't even know what hit. As now the lights are back on, and what? The official and Sabu are clueless. As now, wait a minute, what? The official's gonna ring the bell and Sabu to the cover. Oh my God! Just like that, Sabu. As clueless as he is, the only thing he knows is he's going to CDW Unforgiven. That might be the fastest match in CDW history. But Sabu wins and is now going on to CDW Unforgiven. Jeff Hardy's going to be pissed. That opportunity just gone in the blink of an eye. But it looks like it's going to be Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Sabu competing in a hardcore match for the first ever CW hardcore title at Unforgiven. And wow, what a surprise that was. And of course, Sting and Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin aren't done. That is a blood feud here in CDW. But Sabu celebrating as he should, center of the ring here. What a win in his debut. Jeff Hardy doesn't even know where he is. Sting hit him like a bus with that baseball bat to the head. Sabu celebrating. He don't even know what happened, but it don't matter. He won. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from that short break. Once again, we're getting ready to welcome our CDW North American Champion, Will Ospreay, as he's calling out one of his longest rivals, AJ Styles, and his buddy Jay White here. Of course, this feud goes back to CDW Nitro episode 9, when AJ Styles made his debut, and of course episode 10, the mystery opponent Ospreay picked, where if AJ won, he would face him at No Way Out for the title, was Jay White, and Jay White turned on Will Ospreay and let AJ Styles beat him. Of course, CDW No Way Out match happened. Ospreay came out successful, even though Styles tried to cheat with Jay White, and of course, Ospreay's former friend Swerve Strickland came in to even out the odds.
Oh, look, bruv, I didn't come out here to waste any time. I'm calling you out. Not only Jay White, but that's no good bastards. AJ Styles. I'm tired of all your crap, and since you finally decided to show up for work, get on out here, huh, bruv? We can settle this like real men. Of course, if you're finally ready to be a real man. Huh?
And now Will Ospreay gonna immediately just call out AJ Styles and Jay White here. Of course, members of the Bullet Club. AJ Styles wants another shot at that North American Championship, as there he is, the phenomenal one, and Jay White. Hey, look, kid. Love your aggressive manner of getting straight to the point and calling me out, huh? Well, look, I only showed up this week because I know you're going to give me what I want at CDW Unforgiven. And that's my rightfully deserved rematch for that CDW North American Championship. You know I should have won if it wasn't for Swerve Strickland interfering, because you know you needed help. You know? You know what's funny?
No. You don't come out here and do that little crap with me, huh? You know what happened at No Way Out. It was all your fault. You come over here and say I needed help. Then what was your little buddy Jay White doing in that match, huh? What was he doing? What were you doing knocking out the referee, huh? Putting him in the way. You think I don't know? You think I'm an idiot, AJ? I know what you're trying to get to. I know you're aggressive.
Listen, kid, I didn't come here to listen to all your crap. Just give me what I want and rightfully deserve. Let's get this over with, huh? chop chop.
Alright, fine. Listen to me, AJ. Listen very close. At CDW Unforgiven, Will Ospreay versus AJ Styles, you have one final chance. If you lose, you can never challenge me for this title again. I'll see you there, AJ. Be ready.
And just like that, AJ Styles gets what he wants out of Ospreay. I didn't think it'd be that easy just to get another title shot, but I think Ospreay wants to kick his head in right now. So Ospreay marching to the back. AJ and Jay White a little confused, but I know he ain't mad. He got another title shot. Looks like we're seeing AJ versus Ospreay one last time. If AJ loses, he can never challenge for that title as long as Ospreay's the holder. Now Chris Sabin has Tama Tonga up. What's he gonna hit for? The cradle shot to start off the match. That might be it. Near fall for Tama. The cradle shot by Chris Sabin almost ended it. MCMG were about to go to Unforgiven and face the Bucks for the tag titles. Not quite enough though. Tonga Loa now with that power slam cutter to the midsection of Chris Sabin, immediately into the cover now. And another near fall. As the MFTs and the Gorillas of Destiny look to go to Unforgiven as well. Of course, this tournament to crown the #1 contenders for the Bucks at Unforgiven. These two are in the finals. As now MCMG looking for that signature dive as Sabin takes out Tonga Loa. And now, wait a minute, Tama with Alex Shelley up in a powerbomb position. Plants him down, and now Tama with that springboard senton. Now hitting that crazy taunt as now the jumping impaler DDT connects on Alex Shelley. This man is crazy right here. Tama Tonga is out of his mind. But MCMG and the Gorillas of Destiny putting on a fight here tonight in the main event. As now Sabin and Loa out on the outside. So now who is getting on the apron there? As Tama is holding Sabin down for some sort of move to happen, but who's on the apron? Who is that? Oh my. It's Solo. It's now Samoan Spike. It's Tama though. That was on accident. And now Enziguri takes out Solo. And now MCMG gonna put him in position. And now Tama Tonga in position. Skull and Bones connects, saving to the cover. And that's it. MCMG will face the Young Bucks at CDW Unforgiven for the Nitro Tag Team Championships. Just like that. Solo Sikoa cost his family, even though he was trying to help. It's not the first time he Samoan spiked his own family. Of course, he did it to Jacob Fatu at No Way Out. Solo's out in the apron. As MCMG celebrating the big win. Can they capture gold against the first ever and only tag team champions here in CDW? The Young Bucks. We'll have to see. That will be a banger match, ladies and gentlemen. As don't go anywhere because the real main event, the contract signing, is up next between CM Punk and Kenny Omega for the main event of CDW Unforgiven for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's Tama Tonga getting checked on. His throat's got to be in some pain there. We'll see what happens between the MFTs in the coming weeks, but MCMG celebrating the huge victory. And ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set for this contract signing. The general manager, William Regal, is about to speak before Kenny Omega and CM Punk make their presence felt. As the fans are on their feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of CDW Nitro episode 17.
This is, of course, the contract signing for the World Heavyweight Championship main event at CDW Unforgiven. CM Punk versus Kenny Omega. So without further ado, let's welcome the best in the world, the CDW World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk. As here comes the CDW World Heavyweight Champion, the best in the world, the Second City Saint, CM Punk. Of course, the introduction by our general manager, William Regal. Punk. Of course, Kenny won that gauntlet match to be the #1 contender for CM Punk at his World Championship at Unforgiven. So now it's coming into full effect as the contract will be signed here tonight, as there is CM Punk in the intro. And here comes the challenger, the cleaner, the best bout machine, the #1 contender for the CDW World Heavyweight Championship, and has a date with CM Punk at Unforgiven in the main event. Kenny Omega, the leader of the Bullet Club, the top bad guy here at CDW. No one likes Kenny Omega, or the Bucks, or Hangman. But that's who Omega rocks with. As now, Omega getting ready to make his grand entrance here. As Kenny now. Of course, Kenny, like I said, the leader of the Bullet Club, #1 contender. See if he can capture gold in the main event of Unforgiven, as there he is, Kenny the Cleaner Omega. Fans obviously don't like him. Like I just said, many in the back don't like him, but they gotta accept that he's a main event player here. He's marching his way down. You know what, Kenny? I'm kind of glad you came out here to interrupt me before I could even get any words out. You know why? You know what else I'm glad about, actually? I'm glad you won that gauntlet, you know? I'm proud of you, kid. You know, you're finally making it in the big leagues, you know? I'm proud of you. But you know what else is pretty good? At CDW Unforgiven, CM Punk, Kenny Omega, world title, you know? And guess what's going to happen in that match? I'm gonna win, Punk. That's what's gonna happen. Listen, I didn't come out here to listen to all your mouthing off. I know how you try to get in people's heads. I'm signing this contract. Hey, you know, that's great for you, you know? I already signed that contract already because, you know, I'm not afraid of a challenger and I don't cheat my way through winning. But here's the thing. Who says we have to wait till Unforgiven, huh? And the fight is on! As Punk jumping over the table onto Kenny Omega! As the GM, William Regal, trying to break this up. He ain't going to be able to do it by himself. As Punk and Omega boxing it out in the middle of the ring ahead of their main event match for the world title. Punk saying, why we got to wait? As Punk wants to get a piece of Omega in the butt. Oh no! The Bullet Club. And now double super kick low blow. Didn't take long for them to get out here, along with all those officials. And Punk is out of it. The low blow double super kick combo, center of the ring. As the officials and William Regal have had a busy night here tonight. They're trying to get a hold of this situation. Get him off of Punk. They're like a pack of hyenas. Nothing CM Punk can do. He's all alone. As now Kenny Omega has him in position. Oh no. And now the one-winged angel through the table. And oh my God. Punk is out of it. The one-winged angel. That move might seal the title reign of Punk and Unforgiven. We'll have to see. Nobody kicks out of the one-winged angel. Same move that won him the gauntlet match as now the Bullet Club stand on top of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. The next time you'll see us is CDW Unforgiven. As the Bullet Club, center of the ring, standing over the dead body of Punk. The officials trying to get a hold of the situation. Thank you for joining us here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, CDW Unforgiven. We will see you there. CDW out.